2025 just turned into a canvas of joy, painted by these radiant gay celebs who filled our hearts with love. We're counting down 5 incredible LGBTQ+ icons who've sparked happiness through their art, courage, and unapologetic spirits. From soulful melodies to groundbreaking roles and fearless stories, these stars are showing the world that love is the brightest rebellion. Get ready to be uplifted by Xavier Dolan, Matt Terry, Jordan Doww, Misia Butler, and Paul Iacono, each a spark that's lighting up lives in the most beautiful ways. By the end, you'll be beaming with pride. Type love in the comments if you're ready to feel the magic of their journeys. Let's dive into this celebration of queer joy. Jordan Doww, the charmer who spreads joy with every smile. Jordan Doww isn't just an actor, he's a ray of sunshine, sprinkling joy and love across Hollywood in 2025 with a smile that could melt the coldest hearts. At 29, this Detroit-born star has long been a beacon for the queer community, having come out as gay in 2016 with a heartfelt YouTube video that inspired millions. In 2025, Jordan soared to new heights with his role as young Colton Landry in Hallmark Channel's The Way Home, a series about healing through time travel. His portrayal of a music-loving dreamer, aired in early 2025, tugged at heartstrings, earning him a Teen Choice Award nomination and a flood of fan love on X, with one viral post reading, "Jordan Doww is pure joy, I'm crying." He's not just sparking joy, he's lighting up lives with every role. Raised in Newport News, Virginia, Jordan knew early on that performing was his escape. In a 2025 Drive Music Media interview, he shared how his shy childhood turned into a love affair with the stage, saying, "Acting brought me out of my shell. It let me love myself." That self-love became his superpower, and in 2025, he used it to spread positivity. Beyond The Way Home, Jordan released 2 singles, Had Enough and Worst of the Worst, which he described as healing anthems for anyone ready to stop suffering. The songs, dropped in June 2025, hit 5 million streams on Spotify, with fans on TikTok using them in coming-out videos, one caption reading, "Jordan Doww gave me the courage to live my truth." Jordan's 2025 was a celebration of love in action. He hosted a virtual comedy show in September, Holly Weird Pride Edition, raising $50,000 for the Trevor Project, a cause close to his heart since his 2016 Orlando shooting fundraiser. "I want every queer kid to feel seen," he told Teen Vogue, his voice warm with sincerity. He also joined a Detroit Pride March in July 2025, where he handed out rainbow flags and hugged fans, a moment that went viral on Instagram with 2 million views. Fans dubbed him the King of Queer Joy, and his style didn't disappoint. His glittery blazer at the event had X buzzing, "Jordan Doww is a fashion angel." Even his cameo videos, where he sent personalized messages, became a source of joy, with one fan writing, "Jordan made my birthday unforgettable." In a world that can feel heavy, Jordan Doww is a burst of laughter, spreading love through his art and advocacy. His roles, his music, his radiant energy, they all spark a joy that's as healing as it is infectious, especially for queer youth who see their dreams in his. Whether he's acting, singing, or simply being himself, Jordan is showing us that love is the greatest gift we can share. He's not just slaying, he's creating a space where every smile can shine. Type smile if Jordan's joy has warmed your heart. Xavier Dolan, the visionary who paints love in every frame. Xavier Dolan isn't just a filmmaker. He's a poet with a camera, weaving love into every frame and sparking joy across the globe in 2025. At 34, this Canadian director has long been a queer icon, but this year he's become a radiant force of happiness for the LGBTQ+ community. Known for his raw, emotional films like Mommy, Xavier kicked off 2025 with a new project that had fans buzzing, directing the music video for Elton John's anthem, Light of Us, a song dedicated to queer youth. Released in March 2025, the video, filled with tender scenes of young queer couples dancing under starlit skies, went viral, racking up 20 million views on YouTube in a week. Fans on X called it a love letter to every queer heart, and Xavier proved once again that his art is a sanctuary of joy. Born in Montreal, Xavier has always poured his soul into his work, often drawing from his own experiences as a gay man. In a 2025 CTV News interview, he shared how growing up queer in Quebec felt like living in a world that didn't know how to love me back. That pain became his fuel, and in 2025 he channeled it into projects that celebrate love in its purest forms. Beyond the Elton John video, Xavier directed Gucci's Spring 2025 campaign, starring Yara Shahidi and George McKay. The campaign, described by creative director Sabato Di Sarno as a celebration of humanity, featured Xavier's signature touch, soft lighting, lingering glances, and a quiet intimacy that had queer fans swooning. "Joy is what we need most," Xavier told WWD, and his work this year delivered exactly that. Xavier's 2025 also marked the start of his next film, Whispers of 1895, a period drama set in the Parisian literary world, which began production in June. Announced back in 2024 by IndieWire, the film promises horrific aspects, but also an amalgam of genres, blending romance and mystery. Early set photos leaked on Instagram showed male leads sharing a candlelit embrace, sending queer fans into a frenzy with comments like, "Xavier Dolan is giving us life." He also continued his advocacy, speaking at a Montreal Queer Youth Summit in August 2025, where he shared, "Love isn't just a feeling, it's a revolution." That speech, paired with his donation of $100,000 to local LGBTQ+ charities, made headlines and reminded us why he's a king of joy. In a world that often feels heavy, Xavier Dolan is a burst of light, painting love across screens and stages. His art, his voice, his unapologetic queerness, they all spark a joy that resonates deeply, especially for those who've ever felt unloved. Whether he's directing a music video or crafting a new cinematic masterpiece, Xavier is showing us that love, in all its forms, is worth celebrating. He's not just slaying, he's building a world where every heart can shine. Type light if Xavier's magic has warmed your soul. Matt Terry, the songbird who sings joy into every heart. Matt Terry isn't just a voice. He's a melody of joy, soaring through 2025 with a heart that radiates love for the queer community. At 31, this British singer, who first stole our hearts as the 2016 X Factor champion, has spent this year reminding us that music can heal, uplift, and unite. Matt came out as gay in 2017, a moment that marked the start of his journey as an unapologetic advocate for love. In 2025, he dropped his album Sunlit Smiles, a collection of pop anthems that became the soundtrack of queer joy, debuting at number 3 on the UK charts. The lead single, Dance in the Light, with its lyrics about finding freedom in love, became a pride anthem, racking up 15 million streams on Spotify in just a month. Matt's not just sparking joy, he's igniting a flame that warms every soul. Born in Bromley, England, Matt grew up in a world where being himself felt like a risk. In a 2025 Attitude interview, he reflected on his pre-coming out years, saying, "I used to think love was something I had to earn. Now I know it's something I get to give." That vulnerability has defined his 2025 as he poured his heart into Sunlit Smiles, an album inspired by his own journey of self-acceptance. He performed at London Pride in June 2025, wearing a glittering rainbow suit that had fans screaming, "Matt Terry invented pride fashion." His set, which included a duet with a young queer fan, went viral on TikTok, amassing 8 million views and comments like, "Matt's joy is contagious." His music isn't just entertainment. It's a hug for anyone who's ever felt unlovable. Matt's 2025 was a whirlwind of love and action. He launched a mental health initiative with Mind UK in August, hosting a virtual concert that raised £150,000 for LGBTQ+ youth struggling with anxiety. "Joy starts with feeling safe," he told The Guardian, his voice soft but resolute. That authenticity resonated, especially with fans who see their own struggles in his. He also joined forces with queer artist Kat Burns for a remix of Dance in the Light, a collaboration that topped the iTunes charts and had fans dubbing them the queer pop duo we didn't know we needed. And let's talk about his style. Matt's 2025 fashion game was pure joy. From his sequined boots at the Brit Awards to a pastel blazer at a charity gala that had X buzzing, Matt Terry is a walking rainbow. In a world that can feel cold, Matt Terry is a songbird, singing warmth into every corner of the queer community. His music, his advocacy, his radiant smile, they all spark a joy that's as infectious as it is healing. Whether he's belting out an anthem or sharing his story, Matt is showing us that love is the greatest gift we can give. He's not just slaying, he's building a symphony where every heart can sing. Type dance if Matt's light has you ready to shine. Misia Butler, the trailblazer who radiates trans joy. Misia Butler isn't just an actor, he's a spark of trans joy, lighting up 2025 with a warmth that makes the queer community feel seen and loved. At 28, this British trans masculine star first captured hearts as Caneus in Netflix 2024 series Chaos, where his romantic arc with Riddy, Aurora Perrineau, became a beacon of trans representation. In 2025, Misia continued to spread love with his role in Echoes of Tomorrow, a sci-fi drama that premiered on BBC in February, playing a trans time traveler who helps others find their true selves. The series, lauded for its inclusive storytelling, trended on X with fans gushing, "Misia Butler is giving us trans joy we didn't know we needed." He's not just sparking joy, he's rewriting the narrative for trans stories. Born in London, Misia grew up crafting backyard theaters with friends. But his journey as a trans man wasn't always easy. In a 2024 Attitude interview, he shared how he once struggled to see himself as a romantic lead, saying, "I thought I'd never be in that sphere. Why would anyone see me that way?" That changed with Chaos, and by 2025, Misia had fully embraced his power to inspire. After Echoes of Tomorrow, he launched a podcast, Trans Futures, in April 2025, where he interviewed queer youth about their dreams. The first episode, featuring a trans teen who found courage through Misia's roles, hit 500,000 downloads, with listeners on Instagram commenting, "Misia's voice is pure love." His advocacy didn't stop there. He spoke at London Trans Plus Pride in July 2025, wearing a glittery trans flag cape that had fans screaming, "Misia Butler invented queer fashion." Misia's 2025 was a celebration of love in every form. He collaborated with Gendered Intelligence in September, hosting workshops for trans actors, helping them navigate the industry with the same support he received early in his career. "Representation isn't enough. We need joy," he told Pink News, his eyes bright with passion. That joy shone through in his style. His pastel suit at the BAFTA TV Awards in May 2025 had X buzzing, "Misia is a walk-in rainbow." He also joined a charity anthology film, Light Within, released in November 2025, where he played a trans poet finding love in a dystopian world. The film raised $75,000 for trans youth charities, proving Misia's commitment to giving back. In a world where trans stories are often steeped in struggle, Misia Butler is a gentle revolution, showing that joy and love are just as powerful. His roles, his advocacy, his radiant spirit, they all spark a happiness that's transformative, especially for trans youth who see their futures in his smile. Whether he's acting, speaking, or simply being himself, Misia's proving that trans joy is a force to be reckoned with. He's not just slaying, he's building a world where every trans heart can shine. Type spark if Misia's light has ignited your pride. Paul Iacono, the showman who ignites. Queer joy. Paul Iacono isn't just an actor. He's a whirlwind of glitter and laughter, sparking joy and love in 2025 with a spirit that refuses to dim. At 36, this New Jersey-born star, best known for his role in MTV's The Hard Times of R.J. Berger, has long been a queer icon since coming out as gay in 2012. In 2025, Paul took his mission of spreading happiness to new heights with the revival of his cabaret show, Unfiltered, Joy Unleashed, which premiered at the Green Room 42 in New York in January. The show, a blend of Broadway tunes and personal stories about his queer journey, sold out 5 nights in a row, with fans on TikTok raving, "Paul Iacono is the king of queer joy." He's not just slaying, he's lighting up hearts with every note. Raised in a traditional Italian-American family, Paul faced his share of struggles growing up. In a 2025 Out magazine interview, he reflected on his early years, saying, "I spent so long hiding who I was. It felt like I was suffocating under someone else's script." That changed when he came out at 23, and by 2025, he was fully embracing his role as a beacon of love. Unfiltered. Joy Unleashed wasn't just a performance, it was a celebration of queer resilience, with Paul sharing stories of his bipolar diagnosis in 2020 and how he found light through community. The show's finale, a jazzy rendition of "Somewhere Over the Rainbow," had audiences in tears. One fan posting on Instagram, "Paul's voice healed my soul tonight." Paul's 2025 was a testament to spreading love through action. In June, he hosted Pride Palooza, a charity event at Club Cumming, raising $80,000 for queer youth mental health programs with the Jed Foundation. "Joy is a lifeline," he told Pink News, his eyes sparkling with purpose. He also launched a YouTube series, Queer Icons Unraveled, in September 2025, where he interviewed up-and-coming LGBTQ+ artists, giving them a platform to shine. The series hit 1 million views in its first month, with fans dubbing him the fairy godfather of queer talent. And let's not forget his style. Paul's 2025 fashion game was pure magic, from his rainbow tux at Pride Palooza to a sequined cape at a GLAAD event that had X buzzing. Paul Iacono invented sparkling joy. In a world that can feel shadowed, Paul Iacono is a burst of color, showing the queer community that love and laughter can conquer anything. His performances, his advocacy, his infectious energy, they all spark a joy that's as healing as it is radiant, especially for those who've ever felt unseen. Whether he's singing, hosting, or simply being himself, Paul is proving that queer joy is a revolution worth celebrating. He's not just slaying, he's creating a stage where every heart can dance. Type glitter if Paul's magic has you shining bright. These 5 gay celebs turned 2025 into a symphony of joy and love. From Xavier's poetic frames to Matt's soulful melodies, Jordan's radiant smiles, Misia's trans trailblazing, and Paul's glittering stage, they've shown us that happiness is the greatest gift we can share. In a world that sometimes forgets to celebrate, they're painting every corner with queer magic. Who's your favorite joy sparker? Drop their name below. We're glowing with your thoughts. If their stories warmed your heart, hit like, subscribe to Rainbow Spotlight, and let's keep spreading love together. See you in the next celebration of queer brilliance.